who's actually going to get the most out of a combined office and vehicle signal booster, who can safely walk away, and does the price make sense for a typical small business that just wants a reliable connection? Those are the three questions I get asked the most when I'm talking about the weBoost Business Base Plus Road Bundle, and they're the ones I'm going to answer right now. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. If you've ever tried to run a spreadsheet on a conference call while the Wi-Fi in your storefront kept dropping, you know the frustration of good enough coverage. The same thing happens on the road when your sales rep tries to upload a signed contract and the signal cuts out at the last minute. That split-second loss can turn a closed deal into a missed opportunity, and it's why a lot of owners hesitate before spending money on a booster. The risk is simple. You might spend a few $100s on hardware that doesn't actually improve the spots where you need it, or you could end up with a subscription model that keeps draining cash every month. The weBoost Business Bundle tries to solve those problems by giving you a single, one-time purchase that covers both your fixed location and the vehicle your team drives. Let's start with the kind of business that really benefits from this setup. Imagine a local HVAC company with a modest office in a town where the carrier signal is decent inside the building but gets spotty on the outskirts where the technicians park their vans. Their daily workflow involves dispatching jobs from the office, receiving service tickets on tablets, and uploading photos of completed work from the van. The business base unit, which is essentially a 100 dB office-grade amplifier, plugs into the existing router or Ethernet port and broadcasts a stronger cellular signal throughout the building. The road component, called Drive Reach, mounts on the roof of a work truck and feeds the same boosted signal directly into the vehicle's antenna. Because the system supports all major U.S. carriers, the HVAC crew doesn't have to worry about whether a particular tech uses AT&T, Verizon, or T-Mobile. The booster works across the board. That scenario captures the sweet spot: a single physical location, a single vehicle, and a team of maybe 5 to 10 users who all need reliable cellular data for everyday tasks. The bundle's one-package 4-hour business location and workvehicle promise means you're not buying separate office and mobile solutions that have to be managed individually. The DIY setup is straightforward. Most owners report that you can have the office antenna mounted and the system up and running in under an hour with just a drill and a screwdriver. There's no recurring subscription fee, which is a huge relief for cash flow-focused small businesses that don't want a hidden monthly charge eating into profits. Now, who should walk away? If you run a chain of stores with 10 or more locations, the business base only covers one site, so you'd quickly find yourself buying multiple units, and the cost could outpace a carrier-level enterprise solution. The same goes for companies that rely heavily on true 5G performance. The weBoost units amplify existing cellular signals but can't create coverage where the carrier simply doesn't have any. A rural farm equipment dealer whose trucks operate in deep field areas without any carrier tower nearby would likely see little improvement, because the booster can't conjure a signal out of nothing. For those kinds of use cases, a satellite internet service or a dedicated carrier-installed macro cell would be a more realistic investment. Let's talk about practical strengths. First, the multi-carrier support removes the guesswork of matching a booster to a specific network. You can install it, switch phones, and the signal stays consistent. Second, the system's power output is strong enough to push a reliable 3G per 4G LTE connection through typical office walls and metal van roofs, which is exactly where most small businesses lose connectivity. Third, because it's a one-time purchase, you avoid the subscription trap that many other signal boosting services fall into. You pay up front, you own the hardware, and you can keep it as long as you need it. Finally, the combined package eliminates the need to coordinate two separate orders, warranties, or support tickets. You get a single warranty and a single point of contact from weBoost. On the flip side, there are a few trade-offs you need to be aware of. The booster relies on an existing carrier signal, so if your area is a dead zone, the unit can't magically generate a connection. Antenna placement can be a bit of a learning curve. Mount the office antenna too low, and you'll see diminishing returns. Mount it too high, and you risk picking up interference from neighboring buildings. The drive unit needs a clear line of sight to the sky, which means parking under a dense canopy or inside a metal garage will temporarily nullify the benefit. Also, the system is designed for a single vehicle, so if you have a fleet of 10 trucks, you'll need 10 drive reach units, which could push the total cost higher than a subscription-based.